the LizyT Blog Talk Radio Show. She wants to know who you are, what you do, your contact info, anything new. And now welcome the amazing LizyT.
Hello, and welcome, everyone. I am your host and one of the producers of the LizyT Show. And I have to say, used to say radio show, but we are doing YouTube, we're doing live, we're doing Instagram, and many other ways of trying to communicate with amazing people in this amazing, wonderful world that our Creator has created. So, and as most of you in this great, beautiful world are on lockdown. And it is, and I'm hoping that in this beautiful world, we have 54 countries listening to us, and we are busy as we can be because as I said, things are changing. We are reinventing ourselves. And so I have cooked, obviously, more than I have ever cooked in my life. And, I'm learning, getting some ideas on YouTube and getting some, there is companies that are, again, reinventing themselves and they're sending packages with everything ready, step by step. Every meal is kind of sort of pre-done. They send it to you in a box and they appears on your doorstep like magic. So, we have to be creative nowadays. And this had a quote, which was amazing: stay home so you can save life. And that's really what it is. And on social media, there is links right now to the show, Facebook.com/LizyT Radio, with a picture of this beautiful cover that we will be talking today, which I'm very, very excited. You can always look this up again on Facebook.com/LizyT Radio, or Instagram, The LizyT Show, Twitter, The LizyT Show, and yes, we are also on TikTok. And I say that with kind of sort of, biting my lips because to be honest, I was not too, looking forward to that kind of stuff because I see kids dancing and I don't know how would that, you know, um, work with us. But believe it or not, I'm able to talk about different things and give synopsis or a little snapshot or about the shows, pictures of people's book, obviously. So it's a nice way of promoting when there is not a lot of information, just enough to give you just a tad of what is to come or how you can follow up as well. So I figured, we have to be in all the social media platforms. Why not TikTok? I'm not there all the time, but I'm trying to have fun and I'm trying to be part of the group, which is pretty good. Also, right after the interview, do not forget that we have our musical section. So we have a half an hour, give or take. I don't time it, whatever it takes for me to get you the message across. And then we have music. So for you that have sent your MP3, we home in the office, other than be creative. So I find that we will have a lot of amazing creative music coming up. Either that or 9 months later, we'll have a lot of kids. For it is, the enthusiasm, although I try to be as very enthusiastic as possible. Uh, so how about you can come to the show and you can read your poem and we will love to give you that opportunity. So send us your MP3 if you are a musician, singer, songwriter. We still don't have that wonderful weather spring. We're hoping, 15 or something like that, something warmer. So I am enjoying every minute I can outside and fresh air, vitamin D, which is very important. It boosts up your immune system. It is one of the must. Okay, you know how I love interaction. 845-277-97 is the number to call us in. And I'll be right back with my guest.
American radio show. And now, worldwide shows. The LizyT Blog Talk Radio Show. She wants to know who you are, what you do, your contact info, anything.
Yes, I want to know who you are, what you do, contact info, anything new. Today we have international author all the way from Pennsylvania, which I was telling him before on the show. I don't know very much about Pennsylvania. We Canadians love Florida, LA, New York, Texas, Arizona. So he probably will tell us a little bit more about, especially how the weather is like. His name is Leonard Heflick, and he is an author of an amazing, amazing book. I love the cover, by the way. I'm wondering who worked on that cover. And he is an innovator. He is a creative problem solver looking for radical new ways to improve your health and longevity. His book is full of information that you haven't seen before. I'm looking forward to that, presented in a holistic manner that simplifies and explains what we can do this if we dare. I love that. So wow, that is going to be great. So let's welcome him with a wonderful round of hello, Leonard, and welcome to the LizyT Show. How are you doing this afternoon for you? I'm not sure if Pennsylvania and I we have the same time.
Hi, Lizzie. Thank you very much for having me. Yes, we're on the same time zone, and the weather is a bit chilly still, but it's getting close. Maybe we're a few weeks ahead of you, but we've got some trees. I'm looking at my backyard right now. I can see pear trees and peach trees in bloom. So it's coming.
Nice,
it's here.
nice. Beautiful. So do you get the tulips growing at this time of year? Kind of just showing up a little bit. Hints of spring, and then once it's here so fast, and then we have summer, which is us. Can you tell us a little bit about your book? Were you always a writer? You are a holistic practitioner, or I'm not sure how you call yourself, healer or health. You're into the health. How did you get into this realm in your life?
Well, I spent a career in the food industry. I'm a chemist by training, and I've spent most of my career trying to get a better understanding of nutrition and health and the impact those have on our lives. I retired about 3.5 years ago and had the opportunity to dig deeper into that subject. And when I did that, I found there's a lot of information out there for free. Google Scholar, for example, is a wealth of information. Most of it's available at no cost. Many documents and articles and studies that I found I'd never heard of before. I never realized. So here I am, a professional in the field, thinking I know quite a lot about this subject already. I start researching and I discover that there's a lot of information that I never even heard of. And it's good information that people need to know. So that motivated me to write. I've been writing for about 20 years. I've done a lot of teaching over the years in my career and writing handbooks. And I wrote a book called Balanced Leadership 3 years ago. And I finished it 3 years ago. I actually started it 25 years ago. And I was very proud of that book. And I decided, people need to know more about health and nutrition. In your intro, you talked about the wonderful world that our Creator has given us. Well, our Creator has also given us a wonderful body. And unfortunately, because of misinformation, lack of information, or maybe just, we don't know, we don't do a very good job of taking care of it. And we can do a lot better job. In the book, I call it extreme self-care. And what that means is we need to literally learn how to take care of ourselves. If we depend on our doctors and health professionals, and I don't want to talk bad about them, they're very helpful. They do a lot of good things, but they don't know us like we know us. We know our body better than anybody. And by the way, each of us have a different body. What works well for me may not work well for you, and vice versa. We need to learn about our bodies and how to take care of them.
Wow, this is incredible. So you've been writing for 20 years. That's not a short period of time. That's a lot of study and a lot of research, a lot of information. But you're a chemist for trade, so there is a lot of research that is installed at you already from way back then, and now you've done so much research, and that's one of the things that I love about a true entrepreneur is that they don't usually keep their information for themselves. They want to share. They want to be able to give back to this beautiful world, this beautiful creation, whether it's the earth or people. So when you found this information, and one of the things that I am huge about, Leonard, is to be able to take care of yourself, and that's one of the reasons I walk and I jog is because exercise, especially in this time of day uh, that we're living, it is imperative for you to create immunity. And you probably agree with me. So, for people that are listening to us right now, or they will be listening to us later on because this is recorded, one of the things that you would advise for people that are on lockdown, they're truly not able to get out. Any vitamin, any way of feeding yourself, any activities that will. Obviously, there's a lot of people that they're saying they're healthy. I'm not sure why I got sick. Um, However, when I look back, I found that some of those people either were occasional smokers, or they had some lung issues. So healthy, I there's a debate when it comes down to what is healthy. So can you share with my audience? Sorry, I'm throwing too many things at you, but it's very important, and I'm very passionate about this just as much as you are. What would be your recommendation for people that are on lockdown to be able to help your own body not to get ill?
Well, you said it. Exercise is critical. Uh, our body needs movement, not only to maintain our muscles, which have many, many benefits for our body, but also even to help our digestive system. Your digestive system, your intestines, need motion, walking and exercise to strengthen the muscles and actually perform properly. Uh, so, yeah, exercise is great. We tend not to eat enough fiber. We don't get enough antioxidants. Uh, these are some very critical things that we don't get enough of. Vitamins, most people get enough if you take, especially if you're taking a multivitamin, you're probably fine. Uh, in the book, I talk about supplements that you can take because there are some vitamins that we don't get enough of, even in the good food and good diet. You mentioned vitamin D. Vitamin D is one of those, especially in the northern, climates where we don't get very much exposure to sun, especially in the winter. Getting sun on your face for 10 minutes doesn't do much good. It needs to be a bigger surface area than that. And we're not going to run around naked when it's, 5 degrees centigrade. So that doesn't work so well. So we need to take vitamin D supplements. That really is a big factor. And you mentioned the immune system. Vitamin D is critical in maintaining a strong immune system. So that's a good one. Magnesium is another we tend not to have enough of. And in the book, I go through these one by one. But what I do that's different from any other book you've read on nutrition and health, most other books take the puzzle and they pull the pieces apart and then they examine each piece. Let's talk about magnesium and all the things it does. Let's talk about vitamin D and all the things it does. Wonderful. What they fail to do is put all the pieces back together again at the end and show you, how do you make this work? How do you make it work so you can be healthier, live longer, and healthier, and be vibrant? I'd like to live longer, but I don't want to live longer if it means I'm going to be debilitated or in a nursing home. That's not the longer life I want. What I want is an active, vibrant life. So how do I do that? Or is it even possible? And a lot of people say, well, no, I'm 66 now, almost 67. And a lot of people tell me, my friends, my doctor, well, it's normal for a man your age to, have these issues. And my answer to all of them is, that's nice, but I don't want to be normal for my age. And guess what? I don't have to be. It's a mindset. Age is very often a mindset. And It therefore changes our expectations, limits our expectations in ways that we really don't want it to. And we don't have to put up with that. We don't have to accept it. Why do I accept that my blood glucose level is what it is? Why can't I do something about it? Why do I accept that my trips to the bathroom are not what they should be or what I like them to be? Why am I putting up with that? We kind of learn to put up with these little failures over time and just say, well, it's old age, just the way it is. I ache. I can't walk up and down stairs the way I used to. I can't run. I can't do this. Well, guess what? That's mostly a mindset. And the beauty of it is what I discovered when I started digging into this is there are lots of little things, little changes that we can make in our lifestyle every day. It's got to be every day for the rest of our lives. And these little changes add up. You change one thing, you won't see any difference. You just take vitamin D, it's probably not going to make that much difference to you. But if you take vitamin D, magnesium, increase your fiber content, increase your exercise, learn how to exercise and incorporate it into your daily activities, and so on. I actually put in the book a list of 101 little steps that you can do easily, all of which, when you put them together, add up to being a big change. That's the key. Little changes don't do much. A lot of little changes can be instrumental in changing your life.
Wow, love it. This is incredible. And you know what? You just jumped into my next question. What would be different between you and other books? And you just answered my question just beautifully. Most books or most authors are most holistic or homeopath. They put things apart. You put them together, and that way you get the whole picture and how to change. And I love the part that you said too, that little change, a lot of little changes, it will make a huge difference. And you're right. One of the things that we're struggling here in Canada, and you probably have seen on the news, and I think the states and some places in the state, that our seniors are the ones that are in long-term cares. They're the ones who's suffering with COVID-19 a lot more than obviously our young population. There is exception to the rule, and I was just saying, people talk. I'm very healthy young men, but they're a smoker. They puff or they do other things. So obviously that's not a complete healthy life. So I love it, and I want to be 67 like yourself. I'm almost 50, and I want to be able to get to my 60, my 70s, and not worried about what kind of life, what will be my quality of life at 70. And unfortunately, I've talked to a lot of you that my father is a young 72, just celebrated his birthday, and lots of health issues because he never took care of himself, Alzheimer's, dementia, and the list goes on. And so I take that very hard because I don't want to end up like him. I love my father to pieces, but I don't want to be having my late years be that miserable. I'm sorry to say, but I'm trying to be blunt here, but I love it. I love it. Guys, I will share with you the book for you to be able to go and purchase in a couple of minutes. I need to cut for a couple of words to my sponsor. This is so important, guys. I'm just as passionate as you, as our author, Leonard Heflick, is, because this is so important. The conditions that they already are in. So this is an added, and obviously they're not going to resist. So I want to help you. I want the Leonard to help you to get as much as information as possible. He will tell us where to go, what to get the book. I'll be right back, everyone. Don't go anywhere.
LizyT Radio Show is sponsored by NatureNova.ca. Be sure to visit NatureNova.ca.
This is the number to call with questions, comments. Perhaps you're not clear of what Leonard Heflick is talking about, and so there's your chance. And we're going to be asking him where to get this amazing book. Again, I just posted on social media, on Instagram, the number to call There is a picture right now of the book, and this is a must information, especially it is imperative in these times that we're living right now. They're critical times. And the only way that you can be safe of this is to be able to have a clean bill of health. That's the only way. You need to find out how. Because a lot of people are saying a lot of things, but just take this tea or do that or take this pill. Vaccination. I am so sorry to get in this topic, but I am completely against that personally. I just want to make sure that that's me, my opinion, not the show, not my guest. That's my opinion. And drugs and things like that. And I even get, heck from people in my own house when I talk like that. But that's just personal me. So, Leonard, can you please share with the audience where can people get this amazing book?
Well, it's available on Amazon. And Lizzie, I agree entirely with your opinion, and I share it. Drugs and medicine often have bad side effects, sometimes worse than the disease that we have. And if we can possibly avoid taking drugs and medicines, we are much better off. I'll give you one quick example what I discovered purely by accident. I looked on Google Scholar to see if there was any information about dietary fiber intake and hypertension, high blood pressure. There are studies. There's one particular study in particular that was done in England. Young men who were hypertensive and on hypertension drugs, they increased their dietary fiber content for 3 months. At the end of the 3 months, which is not a long time, half of those people were able to get off of their hypertension drug, and the other half reduced it by 50%. Now, again, I'm a professional in the industry. How come I don't know that? How come there aren't books or magazines? Why aren't there people on TV telling us about this? I don't know the answer to that question, but the answer is the information is available. It's for free. Go get it. So that's one tiny example, and it repeated itself over and over and over again. Every time I went looking for something, I found it. It was like, how come nobody knows this? How come I don't know this? It was amazing to me. And that motivated me to write a book, put that information in the book. There's a lot of stuff in here you've never heard before. And people tell me that I have a knack for describing in a simple, practical manner complex subjects. Our bodies are incredibly complex. I don't go into all the chemistry and the biochemistry. You don't need it. What you do need is to understand what works and what doesn't work. What can you do to improve your health and live a longer and healthier life? That's what you need to learn.
Absolutely, and I agree with you 100%. And I even read too that for some people that are in critical condition, that are unfortunately they're on ventilators, they're drowning to death with a lot more oxygen. That's not a good thing to do. But what do I know, right? I'm just a radio host. I don't know nothing. But if they would help, and they have experimented in some hospital. In the States that they have bumped in with vitamin C and they've gotten better. It's coincidental, prayer, call it whatever you want to call it, but anything else that they were trying to was not working. So I don't know. I honestly, I that is just my opinion. And the answer to your question, Leonard, is why pharma, big pharma. There's a lot more money on that than eating healthy. There's a lot more money on that than having vitamin D or vitamin drugs. So kind of goes back and forth because it's taken out of our taxes. We don't pay for health care, but it comes out of our taxes. So it's kind of the same thing. So again, big pharma, Canada has to buy a drug or a vaccine for them to be administered to us, and it is what it is. I find that greed it's the it's a big evil. That's really what it is. What is?
My book does not talk about it because obviously the book was published before, but it's a very relevant topic, of course, right now. The people who are dying from COVID-19 are dying from what's called the cytokine storm. So I continue to do research on this. And what it is our own immune system. Our immune systems are actually overacting and destroying our lung tissue. Now, why would they do that? They're doing it because our immune system produces free radicals to destroy the viral particles. That's how we kill a pathogen, okay? That's how it has to work. The problem is, in the process of destroying the pathogen, they also destroy healthy lung tissue in the vicinity, and that's what causes the lung damage. The virus actually doesn't harm our lungs. It's our own immune system. So how do we stop that? The way you stop it is by taking high levels of antioxidants. Vitamin C, by the way, Lizzie, is an antioxidant. So you're probably right. Now, it's too early to say vitamin C cures the problem or solves it, but it probably will help. And antioxidants are harmless. Why not take antioxidants, especially now when we have this issue with COVID-19? Take antioxidants, and there's lots of different kinds. Curcumin, and they all work good. They all work well. They all function differently. So take multiple kinds. They're great. Curcumin is fantastic. Quercetin is fantastic. Vitamin C, excellent. Keep on going. Vitamin E, carbon 60 is a new one. Very effective. Go look these things up. Do some research on them and find out, and you'll find that they are helpful. And Lizzie, you're right. There's no big money in them, so there's no big research behind them. But the fact is, they do work.
Yes, yes, and yes. My goodness, I am so happy that you're here today, and it's so relevant for what we're going through right now. You guys is a must. You have to get this book. It's called Live as Long as You Dare. Love the title. And can I ask you a question? How did you come up with the title? I know it's very intuitive and you provoking. So, people, I'm like, what? As long as you can? No, as long as you dare. What do you mean by that? Can you elaborate on that for us?
Of course. Well, the fact of the matter is, your attitude plays a very big part. And I start the book out talking about the importance of a positive attitude. And literally, if you don't dare to live longer, you won't. It just won't happen. Too many people get old, and I don't mean old by a number. I mean act old because they want to, because they think that's the way they're supposed to behave. I'm supposed to act like I'm 67, right? Oh, yeah, why? Why do I have to? There's no one telling me I have to. It's me telling me I have to. It's
right.
in my head. Well, let's change that. I can change my expectations. So what I tell people is have yourself a vision for the future. Oh, I'm 67. How much future do I have? 20 years, 30 years, maybe 10 years? Who knows? I don't know. Could be tomorrow. Doesn't matter really. But if I have a long-term vision, why not think I'm going to live for 50 years? Okay? If I live that way, if I act that way, it's going to change my behavior today. I can take on bigger projects. I don't want to write another book, Lizzie. You know why? Because, I'm going to get old and I'll get tired and I'm going to be dead in 20 years. So why should I do that? Isn't that crazy?
Absolutely.
Crazy.
It makes no sense. You have the energy, you have the knowledge, you have the information. Why not share? It is so important. And I guess, again, this is going to last a lot longer. Our Prime Minister just informed us today we're looking for at least another month of lockdown and trying to figure this thing out. What can I do for me not to get COVID-19? Or people are suffering menopause. I'm kind of sort of think I'm going through that. I'm not sure. Again, the list goes on. So take this book. Again, it's called Live as Long as I Dare You. Love it. And check it out. I mean, you cannot miss it. And this has been great. My goodness. Oh, I could talk to you forever. As it was supposed to be only 20 hours and 20 minutes, half an hour, we're still here because I am just as passionate as I said. For people that are listening to us that would like to, do you have a website? Do you have, are you on social media? How can they find you?
Yeah, I'm on social media. I'm not sure the details. You can find my website at innovationforsuccessllc.com. That's my personal website, and all the information about the book is there. Both of my books will be there. That's probably the best way. It's innovation, www.innovation4success.llc, all together, no spaces, .com.
So it's innovationforsuccessllc.com.
Yep.
And
right.
I will share that with my followers. It's going to be on Facebook, on Instagram. It's going to be on Twitter, LinkedIn, and TikTok, you name it, because this is very, very important. We're talking about your health, everyone. We're talking, especially as a mother, I think, I want to be able to be healthy, and I still have teenagers in this house. So, God forbid that I become ill. There is diabetes in my family. There is high blood pressure in my family. The all odds are against me. So I love to define the odds. I am not going to allow for my family tree to, predict or dictate what my life is going to be. So I'm daring myself, love the title. I'm going to live as long as I dare. And obviously nobody is perfect. We do, and I admit always, there was a birthday party from the girl, especially when they were young. Yes, I will have a little bit of a piece of the cake, but it's not every time. It's, once in a while. So we're not perfect, but here we have the information. He's done the research for us. So even better, half of the work is already done. So take advantage, pick it up on Amazon. I will put the links again on all my social media, and I will remind you guys to take a look at this. And I'm so disappointed that you guys didn't call in. This is a great opportunity, but Leonardo, I love to have you back because this subject, and especially I can see you writing a book about the pandemic that we're living on right now, and that's one of the last questions. The theme of the show: tell us who you are, what you do, contact info. You've given that to anything new. So, what are you planning for the future?
Well, Lizzie, I'd like to make one more point, and that is that this book is for people of all ages, not just elderly. Meaning it's never too early to start taking care of yourself and learning how to take care of yourself. Of course, it's never too late either. So it's for people of all ages.
So is there a second book on the go within regards to the pandemic, or,
Well, a book on the pandemic might be a bit adventurous. I am working on a book on innovation. There are some definite techniques on how to innovate, and I think most companies, many people have forgotten how. And it's a very important thing to innovate, not only in our own lives, but in our teams and in our companies. It's the lifeblood of the future. So we have to innovate, and learning how to innovate is not easy, as I'm learning.
No. I will share with my audience, Leonard, all your information. This has been an honor, a pleasure. Again, I can go on and on with you because this is one of my favorite topics. Thank you so much for being with us today. I will send you the copy of this recording for you to be able to share with your audience as well. People, get this book. It's called Live as Long as I Dare You. And this, you cannot miss it, is an Amazon. Great price, great gift, great reading for this times that we're living right now. Thank you so much, Leonard. It's been, again, such a great honor to have you here today.
Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you very much.
Okay. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourself. Stay healthy, and I know you will. And God bless.
Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.